reporting live. It's Robert, California. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Drew.
You're like the
What am I
character.
reporting on?
You're reporting on things and stuff and things.
Things are good. Stuff is great.
Great.
That's all I got. Back
Okay.
to you. Cue it.
Dudes with brews on a porch bring you strange brews. Stories of the paranormal, the weird, the unusual. Enter if you dare.
All right. Rob is here, but not in physical form, in digital form. I'm looking at him through a computer screen. We are locking eyes, and we are erect, and we are ready to go.
Yes.
Robert.
I won't show that now, but
Yeah, you're drinking Mango Cart, from my understanding.
yes, Golden Road Brewing's Mango Cart.
I've had a Mango Cart. It is pretty tasty, but it is a first in a series inspired by the iconic fruit cart vendors of Los Angeles. Not
Yes,
far from where you are.
Yep. No, they have fruit cart vendors here in Burbank too.
Excellent. A light wheat ale with lots of fresh mango flavor and aroma, finishing crisp and refreshing. It is 4% ABV, 10 on the IBU, so it's pretty light on the booze, pretty light on the ubes.
Yeah, I normally don't buy this beer because the alcohol content is too low for me.
Too low for you? You need something
Yeah.
to pack some more punch.
Yeah, if I'm gonna spend that much,
Yeah, I hear you.
things are expensive out here. You really gotta go. If I'm gonna spend this much money on anything, what am I gonna get out of it?
For sure. I'm drinking Pineapple Silly Parade, a super fruity Berlinger Weiss with pineapple from Lil Beaver Brewery in Illinois. So yours is from Los Angeles, California. Mine is from Bloomington, Illinois. That's what it is. It's got cool, groovy can.
I like that. Yeah, I like the can. This is my can. You've already seen it because you drank it.
The beer probably kind of looks like Mango Cart. It's very light in color. It's really humid here today, Rob. Very humid. Storms are underway. We're under a tornado watch, believe it or not. So things are.
I do believe it.
Going great.
Because it was cold yesterday, so it must be hot and sticky there today.
Yeah,
that's just Wisconsin.
It was like 90 degrees today.
So I can't tell you the color of the beer because I only have a child sippy type cup.
Do you really?
It's not a sippy type cup, no, but it is a children's cup. I bought it for like 32 cents at the store.
The cheapest cup you can find.
It was the first cup I saw, and I was like, I got 32 cents. I need a cup.
Awesome.
It's worked out well for me.
So yeah, first sips. It tastes more like a sour. I don't know that I get a lot of pineapple. It's refreshing. It's crisp. It's delish. What about yours? What just happened? Do you have so Mango Cart? Yeah, it does have a pretty mango flavor to it, right?
The mango flavor is throughout. You can taste it's weird. It almost does just taste like. I'm trying to think of what kind of beer this would be.
Mango Cart.
I almost want to. No, well, yeah, thank you. But it tastes like it's mangoes added to a wheat beer, like a wheat ale beer. So you can taste both, almost separately throughout the entire drink.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm honestly interested to know how long this sat on the shelf, though. Not gonna lie.
My beer is 5% ABV, 0 on the IBU, so I'm only 1% up from you. So kind of both. Easy on the alcohol, and that's fine. This is a Strange Brew episode, Rob, so it's something we haven't done probably since October, I think, right? It's been a minute. Unless you count our journey through Christmas hell. Strange.
That was quite strange.
Yeah. I still have
but
sludge in my beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Gluttonous
Well, that's because
sludge.
that's because it's a glorious beard and it holds.
It
Your
does.
beard has hold.
We're going to be visiting a topic, Rob, that I don't know if we've covered or not. The idea of brainwashing. So we're going to talk about a specific story, but I figured why not dive into the history of brainwashing? You know, so
All right,
could
but
be
like some MK Ultra shit.
yeah, like whatever that is. Mind control. Some people call it. Some people call it persuasion of types, of varieties, thought control, a lot of things.
Yeah, persuasion of the mental soul. That's what I call it.
It's said to reduce its subject's ability to think critically or independently. So, we have some cases. Charles Manson probably brainwashed some people, right, to kill others. Or was that more of a cult?
Yep.
I don't know. It depends who you ask, I guess.
But that's what we're going to get into with this other story too. It's the idea of is it brainwashing or is it taking advantage of a of somebody when they're in an open mindset, like their mind is open to taking to kind of being nudged in one direction or another.
For
right?
sure. Yeah. So it first was used in 1950. Did you know that? So really it hasn't been around too long. 1950.
I mean, are we talking MK Ultra right now? What are we talking?
Brainwashing. The term brainwashing was first used in English
I know, but
by Edward Hunter in 1950.
In 1950.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was to describe how the Chinese government appeared to make people cooperate with them. So they're saying that they were doing that. Research, of course, Nazi Germany led to believe maybe some criminal cases of brainwashing, a lot of times human trafficking in these days. Excuse me. And there is a lot of scientific and legal debate about whether or not it's real. So that's the thing. It's going on. Been some lawsuits that have happened where the people claim they were brainwashed, especially in child custody, believe it or not. Weird.
Why I don't understand why. Can you give me some examples of that?
Of child custody? Like where they
brainwash? Is that like brainwashing your kid against the other parent or something?
Yeah.
That's just a paranoia that the other parent has, I thought.
Maybe. So it's been around for quite some time, brainwashing, and
I never show up, and I'm always late on child support, and my kid hates me. She must be brainwashing him.
One case in particular that I thought we could talk about is the Patty Hearst case. Patricia Campbell Hurst. She's still alive, still around. She wanted to be an actress, American actress. She's the granddaughter of William Hurst, who was like a magazine publisher. I don't know what magazine.
Like newspaper. It was newspapers, I believe, that he did. I thought.
Okay, yeah. So publishing, he published.
He was like
stuff.
he was like he controlled the news essentially. Probably out of New York, I imagine.
Pretty much, hella rich, very rich.
He was uber rich and uber powerful, and Citizen Kane was based on that character was based on Hurst.
Oh, really? I've never seen Citizen Kane.
Well, you should. Let's move on. That should be the Strange Brew topic, but we'll move on. We'll move on.
So kind of, she was 19 years old, and
what was this? 1974.
1974, April 15th. No, was it? No. It was
April 15th.
It wasn't April 15th. That was when she robbed the bank. She
that was okay.
So pretty much what happened was she was kidnapped at some point by the Symbionese Liberation Army. So I don't know, like some kind
the SLA as it'll become to be known.
Yes, the SLA. Do you know about the SLA? The SLA?
The SLA, they eluded me growing up. So no, I don't know much. I know that they stood for very little. They had very little direction in terms of what they were trying to liberate or fight against.
Okay. Well, they were fighting against capitalism.
Yeah, that's such a broad over. Okay, then I should be in the SLA. because I don't have any credit and I don't buy things. I wear the same clothes for 15 years. Like, oh, great, I'm a liberator. That's such an overwhelming, like it's overwhelmingly underwhelming, that statement that we just fight capitalism.
Okay.
By robbing banks, and I don't know. From what I read, like they didn't have much of a clear-cut like revolutionary goal. They just were like almost anarchists for the sake of being anarchists.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. They don't know. They don't understand how quote unquote kidnapping the one of like the granddaughter of the richest, most powerful people 20 years earlier could be lucrative. They didn't understand. Like, they really screwed themselves out of something there.
I guess
you don't want to turn her, right? You want to ransom her. That's and then you redistribute the wealth, and then capitalism is. Burn the wealth if you're against capitalism, don't you?
I guess. Well, we're getting to some of that. So she was kidnapped in 1974 by the SLA. She was abducted. They kind of just like broke into an apartment. They grabbed her because they knew of her stature, of who she was connected to. They took her into custody, and pretty much how it went was she just kind of joined them. Kind of got into it. She became a member of the SLA, and which later we'll see as she went by Tanya, was her name.
Yeah.
The group.
Hell of a meet cute though.
Hell of a what?
Hell of a meet cute.
I don't know what that means.
It's the cute story of how you meet your significant other.
I don't think she met her significant.
I was kidnapped, and then that became my cause.
Well, so she
don't get better than that.
Yeah. So she was abducted, and then they had her a lot on like audio tapes. They would she went by Tanya is what she went. That was her SL name, but she would make audio tapes. And at one point, she said she was tortured, and she was allegedly raped, and she was a lot of things like happened to her, in which she brainwashed into joining this group or whatever. But she was held in a closet for a week, blindfolded, hands tied. She was threatened with death. She didn't get to eat. And then like as a result, through this torture, like talks of public revolution and all that political discussions were happening, and eventually she kind of just like conformed to the side. Like she just and then she had been offered the choice of being released or joining the SLA, and then she joined the SLA according to what some accounts, her account actually. She had been offered one or the other, and then she was brainwashed into joining the SLA, where she did some crazy shit, dude. And she, so she wanted to be known for an actress. She's only known for this, which is pretty bummer. Dreams don't come true sometimes. And that
15 minutes is 15 minutes. I mean, that's what I've been told.
So in 74, and then like April of 1974, so she was abducted in early 74, and then right away in April, she's fucking busting into a bank with a big ass gun and robbing them. And this is in San Francisco.
This is what interests me though about the lead up to this, because they're quote unquote torturing you, locking you in a closet, whatever. Maybe they're inviting you into their debate circle, their political debate circle, that they're kumbaya, we hate capitalism, wealth of ideas, sharing time, or they're doing it right outside the closet that you're locked in, and that's how you hear their ideas go, oh, I want to be part of these guys. It makes it hard for me to believe that the torture was bad enough to call torture. Maybe she was tortured. I don't believe she was based on everything I did read some stuff on this today, and it's like I guess the question at the end of all this information is, do you think she was brainwashed, or do you think she was somebody who was just a revolution, had the mindset that was like allowed them to like go, oh, it's the same thing with the Manson family, like except for there was like acid and stuff involved in that, and that's why I was asking about MK Ultra before.
Oh, well,
which is a mind control the government did.
Oh, sure.
A mind control, it's CIA shit.
Well, she had, so when she was in the bank, two guys just trying to, two people walked in, probably just trying to balance their checkbook. They get shot. They don't die, but they get shot.
She shoot him?
No, I don't think so. Some people said that she had been, kind of behind others when running to the getaway car when the two dudes were shot. So I don't think that she necessarily did it, but so she robs a bank, okay, and then in May she's at like some sporting goods shop in Inglewood, California, where a lot of rappers are from, and then she was just doing some petty theft or whatever, and the manager had confronted them, and some guy named William Harris. So it was her partner in crime, I guess, a part of the SLA as well. And there was a scuffle. Gun came out. Harris's gun dropped, like he had a gun on him or whatever. And then, so as a result, they saw that, and then Hurst just starts unloading bullets at this dude up in the front of the storefront. And the manager, he was fine. He didn't get killed or anything like that. But she definitely wasn't opposed to opening fire on people. And
yeah, she was quick on the trigger.
Yeah, she unloaded an entire magazine on just a petty theft in a.
Well, and I didn't read that one, but I do know of another thing that's probably coming up shortly in this story where she unloads multiple magazines. So she's definitely got her finger on that trigger, and she's not afraid to pull it.
Yeah, that might be this where she was and she seemed to spend a lot of time with William Harris, but they also would hijack cars, abduct the owners, and then, but like the same thing. So here, one of the people who were like abducted by them found that Hurst was really nice and really personable, and he was even reluctant to report the incident because of how he felt about her and how she treated him so nicely, like always checking on, oh, are you okay? Do you feel okay? Or is that, do you need anything? Which is kind of weird. So maybe those were the tactics. Maybe, the phrase "killing with kindness," Rob, is could be a form of brainwash.
It could be. It could be. But then like that. So one incident that I know of that I was reading about was where they like she was in the car and the two people she was with went inside to get something from like a convenience store or something like that, and they decided to shoplift while they were in there. Without, she didn't think like that wasn't the plan to go and rob this place, but they decided to rob it.
Mm-hmm.
And upon exiting, they got caught or whatever, and one of these people got tackled. And so from the car where she could have just driven away, this was a big point. She had the keys in the car. She was the only one in the car. She could have driven away as soon as they walked to the convenience store.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Right.
Then they get caught, and somebody's like, trying to arrest them or hold them there to be arrested. She could have driven away, but didn't. Instead, she pulls out a gun and starts firing wildly across the street. And then that gun like runs out of ammo, and she pulls out another gun and fires that one as well, which doesn't hit anybody. Like she's either the best at not shooting people or the worst at shooting people, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, well, and she also and she talked about like cyanide tipped bullets, so they would like dip their bullets in cyanide, which is
okay. So just
wild.
Away from the brainwashing thing, how does cyanide dipped bullets fight capitalism?
I don't know.
Get your shit together, Liberation Army. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying. They're a little bit. I'm getting mixed messages from you.
Do you think they still exist, the SLA?
They were 12 members strong in 74, so no, I'm gonna go. I don't think so.
But yeah, so like, but yeah, she was really nice to the people she abducted, which is, I guess that's kind of comforting.
Well, if you're gonna abduct somebody, at least.
Yeah, but so from there, what had happened was like police were able to, find them. Like they saw something happen or something or another, and then they just followed them to the base, and then they just surrounded them, and they hid or whatever. But they unloaded on the police too. And initially they thought that Hurst had died in a shootout. So there's a surrounding, a shootout ensues. People think that she's dead, but she wasn't. And she was arrested for a lot of felonies, including 2 counts of kidnapping, which is So really, ultimately, what it comes down to, she's in her legal thing. She claims that she was brainwashed. So at the time that she was arrested, Rob. So let's look at these options. I guess she weighed 87 pounds total, 87 pounds. Which so clearly she wasn't eating. Clearly she wasn't healthy. She
This is before or after the Liberation Army?
This is after she was arrested for all these.
Oh,
crimes.
okay, all right.
A psychologist had looked at her, described her as low IQ, and a low effect zombie. So she had signs of trauma. Her IQ was measured at 112, where it was previously 130. There was a lot of gaps in her memory. She couldn't remember her pre-Tanya life. So she didn't go by Paddy ever. She was always Tanya. So do you think these people, the SLA, told her, you are Tanya and you are going to do this? Do you think, there's these ceremonies or there's these seminars in town that happen every once in a while about how you can lose weight and quit smoking through the power of hypnosis. People sign up for that, Rob. It happens here in town. It's here all the time. Now, do you think that technique, like a hypnosis type of thing, to brainwash them, saying, "Hey, you are Tanya, you wanna be a liberation army person, and you're gonna unload guns on people sometimes"? I mean,
but even hypnotists say that, it's like, I can't make you do something that's completely out of character for you.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's like she was at that ripe age of, and she, I think she's even quoted as saying that things were not going well for her in her life when she was abducted.
Okay,
she was caught between a relationship she didn't want to be in, and her parents, who told her not to be in the relationship in the first place. And she's like, I either stay with this guy and I don't have to tell my mom she was right, or my parents that they were right, or I break up with this guy and I have to go back. Like, no one wants to do that, and then all of a sudden here comes the SLA, and they just solved that whole problem for her.
That's a pretty extravagant length to go to not have somebody tell you, "I told you so."
I'm not saying she planned it. I'm just saying she saw the blessing in disguise.
Wait a minute. I've been kidnapped.
Yes. My parents aren't right, and I lost my boyfriend.
Wow.
Things are looking up.
I am Tanya.
I am. You know what, Tanya? Sounds pretty good right now.
We really shouldn't make fun of her, but it's a famous story.
But that's the thing. It's the same thing goes for these, like the Manson family, right?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't finding people that had well-established moral values and whatever, and there's some spin a fucking umbrella and all of a sudden they are his minions. No, he finds people that are open to suggestion because their life is falling apart or not where they want it to be, and he convinces them that their life is going to be better in his family, living in squalor, living on an abandoned ranch and murdering people. And somehow he makes that seem like a better life. I don't think it's brainwashing. I think it's just it's slowly moving people over these thresholds. And however they did it to Patty Hearst, whatever you want to call it, I feel like she was just a young person that was trying to find her place in the world, and this thing came around, like this SLA came around, and she was susceptible to their message. Whether she was being, it's like, why do people join frats? They get freaking, essentially like back in the day, they were getting hazed. That's part of this camaraderie thing. You can call it brainwashing, but it's also camaraderie and community. And we all did this. They might have told her that, hey,
yeah,
I got locked in the closet too.
Well, they're saying there were a lot of gaps in her memory regarding the pre-Tanya life, and she was also smoking heavily, and
the weed or
I don't know, just says smoking, but
smoking in the swag.
Yeah. The I don't really think the judge and the jury believed in it because she was sentenced to quite a long time. So
22 years, right? Wasn't
I
it?
think it was
And
more
then
than I
she
think it
got
was 35.
35. She was supposed. Then it got cut down to 7. Oh, she served
Yep.
22 months.
Well,
In the biggest travesty of this entire story,
yeah.
which is the American justice system. You want some brainwashing in terms of like how we need to think about society? Apparently, Patty Hearst just gets like pardoned and out because she's got the last name Hurst, and that looks bad for the Hearst family. So, thank you, Bill Clinton, for pardoning her, and fuck you at the same time. I guess
That's at the end. Bill Clinton did pardon her, on his last day in office.
Yeah, we're basically at the end of the story of her. It's like she went to jail. Yes, like
there's still.
I don't know what happened after that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. Well, while she was in court, she was lethargic and didn't look. She was.
She wanted to be an actor, Drew. She wanted to be an actor.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
I know. It says she provided information to authorities not under oath. Of SLA activities, and then like in February of 1976, a bomb exploded at the Hearst Castle.
Oh yeah, she definitely planted some bombs. I forgot about that.
Pretty crazy.
I don't know if she planted that one, but I definitely read that she planted multiple bombs or was involved in the planting of bombs.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy story, and we're missing some details on it.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that we were doing this one until what, yesterday or something.
No,
when did we even come up with the idea for this?
Today,
I don't know.
Probably today, probably. But yeah, she did write a book. She wrote an autobiography. She said she was disappointed in her attorney's lack of focus and kind of that thing. But yeah, she was sentenced to quite a bit of time. While in jail, suffered a collapsed lung. She had a lot of medical problems, went some emergency surgeries, and
she's an actress, Drew. She's an actress.
No, I don't. You can't really act a collapsed
lung.
Lung.
She acted her way into a collapsed lung. She was really good.
Well, this prevented her from testifying against that Harris guy on all of his charges because she was with him a lot of times, so she didn't have to do that. She was in solitary confinement. And then, 1978, her bail was revoked when her appeals failed. And then it was Jimmy Carter. He made it from the federal sentence to the 22 months served, so freeing her 8 months before she was eligible for her first parole hearing, which was in 1979. And then, as we said before, Bill Clinton pardoned her January 20th, 2001. She does have a kid. She has 2 kids, and Lydia Hearst is married to what's his name? Chris. What the fuck's his name?
Oh, Hardwick.
Yeah. I couldn't. Sorry, the Zoom thing was telling me we have 10 minutes left. Apparently, you can't even talk to each other anymore when it's just one-on-one. It used to be. Man, Zoom's really cracking down. So we only got 9 minutes and 34 seconds, Rob, just so you know.
And then we get the hard cut.
We can regroup if we really want to, but this could just be the Strange Brew episode. Do you believe in brainwashing? Do you think it's a thing?
I do actually believe in it. I just don't know if I believe that in this case it happened.
You think she was so desperate for like a new life, and it just kind of stumbled upon forcefully through her front door?
I don't know if I'm saying she was so desperate for a new life, but when a new life presented itself, as it does to us all at some point or another, probably on any given day, and most times we're not open to it, because especially once you hit a certain age. But when you're younger, it's like somebody introduces specific ideals and they take hold. And it's like that's not that could be brainwashing, but that could also be fucking growing. I'm not saying the SLA was wrong. I'm saying, their tactics were a little, they could have focused their ideals a little bit, organize up guys, like there were people there were role models back then in terms of anarchist groups, but, I look at it like I could, when you're 19 and whatever, things can get bad. I don't know what her health situation would have been like had she stayed living under the Hurst in the Hurst family home. She could have just had major health issues because of genetic inbreeding. I don't know. I don't know the backstory of the Hurst family. I just know that they probably deserve a lot of the shit that they got coming to them.
Well, now
that sounds terrible, but I just meant in terms of like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you always end with that. I don't know what I'm saying. That's a good thing to say. There's a thing called Patty Hearst syndrome, which is like more or less Stockholm syndrome, which very well could be.
It's very different. It's very different.
You think it's different? Or how's it different?
I don't know.
How do you know it's different?
I know. I just read in that article that Patty Hearst syndrome should not be compared to Stockholm syndrome, even though on paper they look pretty much identical. I think the idea is that Stockholm syndrome people are terrified so much in that they like that trauma snap.
Uh-oh. You paused. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I might have that's because I got a notification. Sorry.
It's all good.
But like something snaps out of terror, whereas I think that whoever put forth it was a biased thing that article and stuff that I read on the Patty Hearst thing, where it's like this guy was heavy against the idea of her being brainwashed, but he still presented these ideals, and he was like, the Patty Hearst syndrome is like somebody who doesn't change sides out of fear. She changed sides out of actually belief in their cause.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas somebody who has Stockholm syndrome, they're literally like they're so manipulated by their own fear of what has been done to them or what they think is going to happen to them, that they will be loyal to to like whoever their captor, even when they don't have to be, because they're just that. It's there is a difference, I feel like, in terms of what's making the shift. Is it fear or is it belief?
Okay. Well, Stockholm syndrome too is like people have been captive for so long that they get comfortable with the person who took them, right? And then like
but I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about Stockholm syndrome. I always put it in the fear category, like whatever was done to them. I think too, it's tortured individually.
I think it's like you're fearful of things, but also at the same time, like say like I've been taken and it's been a year. And then like you start to you form a relationship with the person that you're with because one, there's nobody else and you haven't been saved or anything like that. Yeah. So you just kind of go into this weird mental
but when you get into those long-term situations, I mean, that's such
this is kind of a long-term situation. She was abducted and then 18 months later she was arrested.
Yeah, but it was only 3 months later that she had a rifle in her hand and she was robbing a bank.
Hey man, maybe they were like the most persuasive people of all time. Maybe Bill Clinton was part of the SLA, which is why he pardoned her.
Yeah, well, that's
Slick Willie playing a saxophone, saying, "Let's rob a bank."
Yeah, right. Well, he was definitely secretly anti-capitalist. People don't know that, but
yeah, now he looks like shit.
He was he was an SLA sleeper agent.
Very well could have been. He did it on his last day of office. Like it's like you put it in your 2-week notice. It's your last day. And you're like, what are you gonna do? Most people would coast. Not Slick Willie. He's like, that Patty Hearst person. Let's forgive her for what she did, and she can vote again.
And everybody around him was like, wait, the person is, so she's in jail? No, she's not in jail. So why are you pardoning her? Like, what's so bad about her? Like, this guy over here is probably innocent and he's sitting on death row. You don't want to pardon that guy?
He's like,
no, I think I'll go with Patty Hearst.
Yeah, I'll go with Patty Hearst. Yeah, so how's her life been after prison? Pretty bad then? No, married with 2 kids.
I'm the heiress to like the Hearst fortune, so everything's quite well.
One of the wealthiest families in America. Oh, I forgive her.
I don't know if she was an heiress, but I'm sure she got some kickbacks.
Yeah, she was.
So it's like, the worst person to pardon.
Well,
That's the brainwashing case we should have done. How did Patty Hearst brainwash Bill Clinton? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good question,
Into
Rob.
partying her for no reason.
Well, the clock is literally ticking here. I drank a little Beaver Brewery, so this is gonna be a short episode. I didn't know they. It used to be like you could talk to somebody else if it was just two people, like you and I, as long as you want. But now Zoom has some other fucking plans, so we're gonna find some other platform to do this on. But today's not the day to do it, I guess. Little Beaver Brewing, Pineapple Silly Parade. It's this fruited sour. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, Rob. It was. I would have liked a little more pineapple taste, a little more pineapple forward, but pretty good, pretty tasty. I would say drink it, on a brisk summer night where the thunder's gonna be booming. And dude, the conversations, let me go out on tangent real quick. The conversations about the fucking thunderstorms have already started in my neck of the woods. Like, oh, I just wish it would storm every night. That shit keeps me awake. I woke up twice last night, Robert, because of the fucking thunder. And oh, it's so soothing. I just want them to shut the fuck up. Shut up!
You should come here. It doesn't rain for like years.
Yeah, what did you drink?
Mango cart.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
Mango cart, mango wheat ale. It was pretty good. I'd like to see what the expiration date is on the box.
Yeah.
Tastes a little skunky to me, and I don't know if that's the beer or if it's
definitely not the beer.
The place I went to go get the beer. So
it could be that.
But even still, not bad. So if it was pristine, I bet you it's really good.
It is good. Rob, I'll find a different plan for him so we can talk longer next time. It's always good to talk to you. It's been a minute since you have been on the show, a couple of weeks actually. So a
couple of weeks.
You're still surviving. You're out there. You're in California. Do you prefer Robert California or Burbank Bob?
Robert California sounds better to me.
It does, strictly because of The Office,
yeah.
Though, right?
Yeah, that's James Spader, right?
Yeah, James Spader. Yeah.
Well, I love me some Spader too. So
maybe like those can be like your alter egos. So like when you're sophisticated, you're going out, you're dressed in like with a blazer, out for a nice lunch. You're Robert California. But when you're when you're nasty, when you're a bad boy,
when I'm in the thick of it,
you're Burbank Bob.
Yeah, I'm Burbank Bob.
Awesome. Well, we say drink our beers, and Rob. I think we're gonna get caught off in a second, so I'll text you in a minute. All right.
All right. Later.
All right, see ya.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.